Good evening, Belize. It's Tuesday and you're tuned into News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly and here's what's coming up tonight. The UDP and the NTUCB are coming out forcefully against the proposed SpeedNet acquisition. Their protest landing right on the doorstep of BTL's St. Thomas Street headquarters, where tensions quickly escalated. BTL, for its part, it's condemning what it calls unlawful trespassing on its compound. And in more developments involving the telecom company, former employees are now calling for the resignation of BTL chairman Mark Lizarraga. Over on the island, a San Pedro High School teacher has been sentenced following his conviction in a criminal case involving 2 students. Plus, in this week's Culture Tuesday, Punta Gorda unveils its brand new Welcome Center, a celebration of culture in the Deep South. We've got these stories and more in 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now. Good evening and welcome back. Tensions ran high outside the BTL headquarters this morning as reports spread that the company's board was preparing to greenlight an $80 million buyout of SpeedNet. What began as a calm demonstration by UDP supporters and members of the National Trade Union Congress of Belize quickly spiraled into chaos. A surge of UDP supporters pushed past the front gate, crashed through police barricades, and stormed towards the BTL building. While NTUCB members held their position behind the main crowd, the front line erupted, officers firing pepper spray in a desperate attempt to stop the advance. Tonight, we'll hear from every group that took part in the protest. But first, we take you right into the thick of the unrest, the moment everything tipped into disorder. News 5's Paul Lopez begins our coverage.
Chaos broke out this morning at the Belize Telemedia Limited headquarters, right here in Belize City, when a group of UDP protesters pushed their way past the front gate and bulldozed through a police barricade to get inside the building. What happened next sent the entire compound into turmoil. Even with their best efforts, police simply couldn't hold the line as protesters, led by Brian Yellowman Audinet, shoved their way towards the building. It reached a boiling point near the entrance of the building, where police officers used pepper spray to ward off protesters. Mesopotamia era Rep Lee Mark Chang stood in between protesters and the police. He urged his party supporters to keep things calm and orderly, but the crowd continued pushing forward. Unfazed by the police's pepper spray, Audinet kept moving forward, with Chang at the center of it all trying to restore order. After about 10 minutes of shoving, shouting, and a full standoff between protesters and police, UDP leader Tracy Panton finally stepped in. She moved to the front of the crowd and called her supporters back, saying the party had made its point and their mission was accomplished.
We did what we came here to do!
Correct! Yes. No means no! No means no!
Have you been able to put an end to the meeting, however, and the decision taking place in the...
No decisions will be taken today. No decisions will be taken today. Come!
We are here.
Can we?
what happens now?
We need to get ready for round 2.
What happens now?
We will be ready for. You will know.
We will create havoc in the country.
As many already know, today's protest was fueled by the proposed $80 million takeover of SpeedNet by BTL, a company largely owned by the Belizean public. Reports indicate that BTL's board was scheduled to meet today to give provisional approval for the merger between the two telecom companies.
The meeting was postponed from last night, but we had to let them know that we are serious when we say no to corruption. This Briceño administration will go down as the most corrupt administration.
What happens if charges are pressed against any of your supporters this morning?
We got them back.
All the way.
We have them back
All the way.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Civil disorder may have dominated today's headlines, but that's not how this morning's protest began. For nearly 2 hours, demonstrators quietly lined St. Thomas Street, peacefully picketing the proposed BTL SpeedNet merger. Union executives stood shoulder to shoulder with UDP supporters, an unusual mix, all united in saying they simply don't support the deal. Tonight, News 5's Paul Lopez takes us inside that early, calmer phase of the demonstration and the reasons protesters say this merger should not move forward.
Demonstrators started trickling in outside the BTL headquarters just after 8 this morning, and by 9 o'clock, St. Thomas Street was packed. Protesters stood shoulder to shoulder, hoisting picket signs, blasting bullhorns, and uniting around one message: no to the BTL acquisition. The crowd swelled after both the United Democratic Party and the NTUCB put out late-night calls for their supporters to show up. This after word spread that BTL's board would be meeting today to make a decision. NTUCB President Ella Waite says they weren't about to watch this unfold quietly from the sidelines.
For us out here as Union Representative, you notice we're this side, we're just observing and we're keeping status of what's happening in there as well. Believe me, we know what's happening. So we are just waiting, ensuring that, of course, we are very respectful people, we're holding the peace, but we hope that we can continue holding the peace, and as long as they do the right thing and don't do anything today, it will remain like that.
The Christian Workers Union, the Public Service Union, and the Belize Energy Workers Union were present at today's protest, and their leaders stood firm on a no position.
There's too much at stake here for Belizeans to just sit back and watch it go through. We've had this before in the past with this same administration. I was upfront and foremost with Intelco.
We need to understand that we're not a country of sheeps. And this sheepish lifestyle and behavior that we've exhibited over the last 20 or 30 years needs to be done away with.
We are saying no to the merger or the acquisition of Smart by BTL, right? So unfortunately, like I've mentioned, the way how it has been happening, it's so fast. Why rush?
Police officers formed a tight perimeter around the compound, a clear show of force meant to keep things calm, though, as we'd later see, that effort didn't quite hold. Inside the building, the meeting that protesters believed would happen had been cancelled the night before. It was business as usual for employees, many of whom watched from behind the glass, uneasy about what might unfold. Outside, however, UDP's Brian Yellowman Audinet was already rallying the crowd, hinting that protesters were prepared to push past the gate.
And I am telling you, I guarantee you that we will enter the compound 10 o'clock.
Wave Morning Show host Alfonso Noble also made an appearance, dressed in a full bacon costume, taking a jab at BTL chairman Markhelm Lizarraga, who also owns a meat shop.
I put on a suit here to drive a point home. This is a serious situation where happening in a BTL, where they take public money to buy a private company, and there is absolutely no justification whatsoever.
Union and party leaders told us that despite holding consultations, BTL has still not provided enough information to ease their concerns or convince them to support the acquisition. And then there are those former BTL employees demanding their severance payouts from the company in the face of a multi-million-dollar deal.
Remember, they started at wanting to acquire 3 or 4 companies for 180 million. So 100 million has dropped out. So we don't see that there can be any delay in BTL having this money to cover this severance.
And with so many voices openly rejecting the proposed buyout, the big question now is whether BTL will still push ahead with the deal. At this point, that remains unclear. But what we do know is that the debate over Belize's telecom future is nowhere near settled. In fact, this conversation is just getting started. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
And after the chaos broke out and tensions started climbing, one person stepped forward to try and cool things down, Lee Mark Chang. He positioned himself directly between the frontline protesters and the entrance to the building, essentially blocking their attempt to push inside. We asked him why he felt the need to step in at that moment and what motivated him to try to calm the situation before it escalated any further. Here's what he told us.
We have to make sure that we do not make our right, or I repeat, we cannot make our right or wrong. We are here to demonstrate, we're here to send a message to the government, we're here to send a message to the board of the BTL members that we do not want this deal to happen. We want more transparency, we want information so we can make an educated decision. Everyone can make an educated decision. If it's such a good deal, open up the books.
But you stood between the intent of those on the front lines in your party. You stood between that.
I do not believe in violence, first and foremost. We're here to demonstrate and we must keep the peace. We have a right to demonstrate, but we do not have a right to destroy or storm the building. So I had to make sure that our guys relaxed and did not cross that line.
What were you telling them?
Do not make your right your wrong.
Is it already a wrong from the time you breached the compound?
Yes, but at least it never got further escalated, right? And that when I saw that, I quickly went and I tried to defuse the situation.
As Lee Mark Chang stood in the middle of the chaos, wedged between police officers and an increasingly agitated crowd, the unions took a very different approach. They stayed put on St. Thomas Street, choosing not to follow protesters onto the BTL compound. So we asked union leaders why they made that call, and their answer was striking. They say there will come a time for unrest, but today simply wasn't that day. Here's how they explain their decision.
They have their own way of doing things and we have our own way. We are very responsible people out here and we can send that message loudly without having to storm the building.
Do you believe these peaceful protests are enough for the government of the BTL to hear?
This is just the beginning, like I mentioned before, this is just the beginning to say we are serious. Don't take us to the next level, because when it comes to the next level, then other things will happen. But this is just the beginning. And we hope with justice, as we mentioned before, it will ensure that they have the process.
What did you tell supporters, union supporters, when they were witnessing what was taking place? Did you tell
them nobody tried to venture to go forward. We're ensuring that we stay together because we are the NTUCB and we're together and we know how we do things. We do things slowly and responsibly, and of course we want us to be safe as well, and our members, our brothers and sisters in there to be safe.
While the union will never be a proponent of violence, there will come a time when we will propose violence, I am saying this, I am restraining myself. I am restraining myself from becoming militant like those that came before me. Because my crowd not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that yet. But I'm saying to these politicians, and I want to remind John Briceño, while he was in opposition, he said we need to change because we run away and get hurt. And I want to remind you of that, sir. One or no and get hurt if we don't continue exploit Belizean and exploit this country in the manner in which you're doing.
Sir,
take heed.
Coming up, BTL accuses protesters of trespassing and intimidation. More when we return.
Hello friends, I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith." Paul is coming to the end of his life and tells us how to face death. He describes death as a departure. The word departure suggests at least three things. It suggests the pulling down of a tent, the dissolution of a chemical, and the lifting of an anchor. To Paul, death was like moving out of a temporary house into a permanent one. Death is like a tablet dissolving in water. It may be dissolved but not destroyed. Death is like a ship lifting its anchor and sailing out to sea. It may disappear, but it is not destroyed. It simply changes one shore for another. For the person who believes in Jesus Christ, God's Son, death is not the end, but a new beginning. We simply change houses and shores. If you fear death, trust Christ, who is victor over death. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
No frills, just great prices at Courts. We don't just talk about it, we got it. Get the best in quality and prices on appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. That's not all. Get up to 40% off select items. Shop today, pay later with Courts Ready Finance. It's no frills, just great prices, only at Courts. Bringing value home. Conditions apply. Offers end January 31st, 2026.
That's me. My data that I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
All right, you're all set. I'll swap out the water inlet valve and everything is running normally.
Amazing. So what will be the cost?
Oh, for you? There's no cost.
No cost? I'm flattered, but I'm actually married.
Oh no, nothing like that. It's actually part of our 1-year warranty policy.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Really?
No.
Belize's only full-service GE USA dealer. Full service, full warranty, full selection. GE Appliances. Good things for life. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
This January, it's time to jumpstart your 2026 with Cellular World. Stay connected with a new smartphone starting at just $119. Find tablets for kids, students, professionals, and creatives starting as low as $129. Create unforgettable memories at home with clear image and sound on a new smart TV starting at only $369. Take your music everywhere with JBL headphones and speakers that keep up with you on all your adventures. Or level up your fun with the latest video consoles and gaming accessories at the best price. And enjoy a fresh start at home with appliances designed to make everyday life easier. Jumpstart your 2026 at your nearest Cellular World location. Belize City, Belmopan, San Pedro, and Orange Walk. Or contact our virtual store at 615-5141.
Belize Telemedia Limited is speaking out tonight, issuing a strong statement after protesters forced their way onto the company's compound this morning. In its release, BTL condemns what it calls unlawful trespassing, saying several demonstrators ignored police instructions and created an unsafe situation for both employees and customers. According to the company, a board meeting was held today, but BTL stresses it had nothing to do with the proposed SpeedNet acquisition that fueled the demonstration. Instead, the meeting was reportedly focused on internal human resource matters tied to a 2025 court ruling. BTL says the protests disrupted normal operations and appeared designed to pressure its board into abandoning its governance responsibilities, something the company insists it will not do. Calling the day's events regrettable and counterproductive, BTL says it will not tolerate any attempts to intimidate or harass its directors or staff, and it is now working closely with authorities to address what unfolded. The telecom provider also warns that incidents like this morning's unrest don't just impact business, they risk undermining national economic security. Pressure is mounting inside Belize Telemedia Limited, where former workers are openly challenging the leadership at the state-owned company. The Belize Communications Workers for Justice are now calling for the resignation of BTL chairman Markelm Lizarraga, saying trust, transparency, and accountability have broken down under his watch. Their demand comes as concerns grow over BTL's refusal to fully honor a Caribbean Court of Justice ruling, one that clearly states severance is separate from pension and must be paid to all eligible employees. Add to that what the union calls a glaring conflict of interest in the proposed acquisition of SpeedNet, and the pressure on Lizarraga is only intensifying. Here's the BCWJ making its case for why the chairman should step aside.
When I was the president of BCWU, he had a meeting in our office against then the United Democratic Party's government, and was telling us that all these same things that we are demanding, including severance, was due to us. Like, don't you want me to get it in his book? Yes, it was good. And now he is in the place where he can make it happen. And is telling us that there are people who are qualified. What makes him be the one to determine who are qualifying for the severance? So, saying that nicely, I think he conflict and inflict. He need to.
Are you all his for?
Oh, long time. We should have done that before he started.
There's a growing split tonight inside the BTL family between former employees, now united under the Belize Communication Workers for Justice, and the current staff represented by the Belize Communication Workers Union. On Monday, the BCWJ came out strongly against BTL's proposed consolidation with SpeedNet. But inside the company, it's a completely different story. An internal poll shows nearly 8 out of 10 employees, 79%, supporting the acquisition. What's also raising eyebrows is the BCWU's silence on the former workers' fight for their severance, even after a clear ruling from the Caribbean Court of Justice. Multiple attempts to get a response from the union's leadership have gone unanswered. So we turn to two former BCWU presidents, Emily Turner and Michael Augustus, to ask whether they're disappointed in what many see as a lack of solidarity from the union they once led. Here's what they told us.
I think that if they would speak out on this matter, there's serious victimization that will happen to them, will happen to them. So they have to be thoughtful. I think it was use that word. They have to be thoughtful about these things, but they also have to be thoughtful that these things like restructuring and efficiencies would affect them. It would surely affect them. We have seen these things in the past. Because of us pushing at the ruling from the CCJ, they are now entitled and assured that they will be paid. However, there are still radicals in BTL. But this set of radical people here, who are now speaking out, were the ones who would jump out there. Big Betty, expecting the baby anytime, huh? Patty? Yeah. They are not afraid. We were the ones who stood up. However, they may very well BTL. We have to be careful because there are some vindictive people managing BTL now, up there top, and they may want to say, okay, one of the ones that runs, and then they kick up all the joint into.
we could sit down and negotiate and take on out from the pension. We don't know what they're up to. I can say we may be disappointed that they're not speaking out, but I would almost want to assure that we can get their support when we really need it. We still have some plug pullers in there.
So while former BTL employees press on with their fight, the union representing current staff remains publicly silent, caught, it seems, between fear of backlash and caught about what comes next inside the company. And with a major acquisition on the table, that divide within the BTL family is only getting wider. The Belize Communication Workers for Justice say they're putting the country on notice after watching what has happened to the Association of Beneficiaries and Retired Public Officers. ABPRO has been fighting to recover funds owed to them since 1995. And tragically, several members have died without ever receiving their benefits. The BCWJ says that will not be their story. They insist they won't lie and die, and they're pushing their demands all the way to the Prime Minister's desk. They want action, they want answers, and they say they're prepared to keep pressing until they get both. Tonight, past presidents of the Communication Workers Union, Emily Turner and Michael Augustus, outlined exactly what they've written to the Prime Minister and why they believe BTL, the Labor Department, and even the Income Tax Department must act now. Here's Emily Turner explaining their first move.
We wrote BTL's chairman, we wrote several letters. We've been writing. We said, you know what? One of our members said, let's write the Prime Minister. He will pay attention. He will help us. We did that. We included the Minister of Labor. We have written to the Labor Commissioner, who is supposed to be giving us the results of our investigation.
I'd like to say there are 3 core demands that we're sending to BTL. 3. 1. Pay BTL people their money. 1. BTL cannot, should not, and I say will not purchase that old house. No way. I want to call out, I'm certain they'll be looking on the Income Tax Department. Come on, man.
We did receive an acknowledgement from the Prime Minister saying that he would have it looked into. And then it was placed in the hands of the Labor Commissioner. And we have followed up 2 times with her. She informed us that she's investigating. But as you can see, there's nothing substantial. It's just we follow up with investigation and tell you. So it's these acknowledgement kind of responsive.
After the break, PG unveils new cultural landmark celebrating Toledo's living heritage. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
This year, Belize felt more connected than ever. We stood with the moments that shape us, our culture, our youth, our stories. And we lifted young dreams even higher, powered by advancement and possibility. Everywhere, Belize is growing, and as the nation evolves, so does the way we connect. This year, Belize showed its light, and we were honored to drive innovation across the country. As we look ahead, our promise is simple: to unite communities, nurture dreams, and continue leading Belize's digital transformation. From our Digi family to yours, wishing you a bright and prosperous 2026.
Happy New Year!
Kayo, we have exciting news for you. RFNG Life Insurance is now officially in your town. Now, you can visit our office to pay your life insurance premiums or speak to our dedicated agent, Mayeli, about securing your future with the right coverage.
Hi, my name is Mayeli Hoy, your designated agent here at RFNG Life in the Kayo District. I'm here to help you explore your options, answer your questions, and find the perfect policy for you and your loved one.
Whether you're looking for life insurance, critical illness coverage, or future saving plans, we've got you covered. Take the first step towards securing a stable and prosperous financial future for you and your family. RFNG Life Insurance, now in Kayo. Visit us today or call to schedule an appointment. Your future starts here.
In the heart of the Kayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February, only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Punta Gorda is one of those places where culture isn't just preserved, it's lived. From the soul-stirring rhythms of Garifuna drums to the depth of Maya spirituality, the bold flavors of East Indian cuisine, and the timeless charm of Creole storytelling. PG has long been a tapestry of Belize's most vibrant traditions. And now the town has unveiled a new centerpiece, a symbol meant to honor that diversity while welcoming everyone who journeys down to the Deep South. Paul Lopez has a story in this week's edition of Culture Tuesday.
It all kicked off with the unmistakable sound of the South, marimba music floating through the air as dancers, dressed in their vibrant traditional wear, glided across the plaza with effortless grace. Residents came out on Monday for the opening of the Punta Gorda Welcome Center, a new landmark designed to showcase the soul of the Toledo district.
They say Dambriga is the culture capital. I won't dispute that. I don't want to argue, but I can tell you that Punta Gorda Town and Toledo district have the very, very important ingredient, diverse culture. We have it all right here in this district, right? And we need to build on that and sell what we have. All the different ethnic groups are here.
The new center, an $800,000 investment, now stands just steps from the shoreline, greeting visitors with sweeping views of PG's coast and an open invitation to explore the district's rich heritage. Inside, it doubles as a one-stop information hub, guiding travelers to the best of the South, from cultural hotspots to ecological treasures and all the unique experiences in between. Minister of Tourism Anthony Mahler says the Toledo district is filled with wealth untold.
We have wealth untold. And just look at the Snake Keys, look at all the amenities, Lomanton, namely Punit, the mountains, the cacao growing that you have down this area, the indigenous people, all that you have here. We have everything. The growth path and development for tourism is in the south, the deep south. And we have had consultants from the Caribbean, we've had consultants from the United States, we've had consultants from Canada, and they've said the same thing. My God, the Toledo district has wealth untold, just like our anthem has said.
But it is more than a point of reference. The design, the displays, and the celebration all reflect a deep intention to preserve and promote the multi-ethnic identity that makes Toledo unlike any other district in Belize. Toledo East Area Representative Osman Martinez emphasized this point.
When you have a diamond and you get that solid piece of rock, that piece of diamond will not be able to make it to the market and be appeal to the people if it doesn't go through its process. And today, the diamond that you have here, the wonderful product, it's going through its process. And this building that we have gotten, the Welcome Center, is not just walls, and it's not just here to beautify the Punta Gorda town, and as an extension, the Toledo district and Belize. But it's also here to play a main purpose and a role, and that is to continue to promote our tourism sector in Belize.
Inside the building, visitors can experience the stunning art exhibit, Pieces for Peace, curated by cultural scholar and artist Dr. Ludwig Palacio. His collection weaves together the district's Maya, Garifuna, East Indian, Mestizo, and Creole influences, each piece encouraging unity in a region where diversity has always been its strength.
I think it's a very opportune moment for us, especially for the BTIA and its chapters. In Toledo, for example, we're definitely working towards enhancing our visibility in tourism, working very directly with our stakeholders and our partners. This provides us a platform and a venue for us to be able to do multiple things in working towards enhancing the tourism environment in Toledo and really showcasing it not only to locals but also to our international guests, which are paramount for us to continue to grow this industry.
The Punta Gorda Welcome Center has officially opened its doors, poised to become a cultural gathering point for both residents and visitors, and a proud showcase of the Toledo district's rich heritage. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Today, the Belize Customs and Excise Department hosted an information fair at the Battlefield Park in Belize City in observation of International Customs Day. The event included displays from partners like the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, the Belize Port Authority, Statistical Institute of Belize, and others. In recognizing the frontline role her customs officers play in protecting the country's borders and economy, Comptroller Estea Bailey-Leslie is paying special tribute to 20 customs officers who have provided exemplary service. Here in Belize, customs officials say last year alone intercepted thousands of undeclared and prohibited items while collecting millions of dollars in government revenue. This year's theme, Customs Protecting Society Through Vigilance and Commitment, highlights that ongoing responsibility. Here's Comptroller Estella Bailey Leslie on how the Customs and Excise Department continues to safeguard the Belizean society.
The Customs and Excise Department has long been recognized as the authority for the collection and safeguarding of Belize's revenue. As presented in our revenue reporting and analysis, this past year, the department facilitated legitimate trade effectively and efficiently through the processing of tens of thousands of import and export declarations, and exceeded projections in customs and tax revenue collection. But beyond revenue collection, the Customs and Excise Department plays a key role in fostering safety and security of our people and country. Our officers are required to be watchful against increasingly sophisticated threats such as illicit drugs and firearms, unsafe and counterfeit goods, and complex financial schemes. A special recognition to our 20 staff members who will be receiving the World Customs Organization's Award of Merit for Exemplary Service this year. Congratulations, and may this achievement encourage you to continue to strive for excellence in both personal and professional endeavors, and inspire others to do the same.
And as Customs marks International Customs Day, the department says its work goes far beyond collecting revenue. It's about vigilance, security, and protecting Belizeans every single day. With 20 officers being honored for exemplary service, Comptroller Estella Bailey Leslie says the commitment to safeguarding our borders and our economy remains as strong as ever. When we return, Mayor Wagner explains 18% property tax increase.
In the heart of the Cayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
That's me. My data that I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
For
decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures. Customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
A San Pedro educator has been convicted and sentenced in connection with a criminal case involving 3 students. The teacher, a 47-year-old Alex Norales, a resident of the Boca del Rio area, was found guilty on 2 of 3 counts following a trial that concluded earlier this month. He was acquitted on the 3rd count. A magistrate handed down 2 prison terms of 18 months each, but because they will run concurrently, he is expected to serve 18 months in total. The defendant, who maintained his innocence throughout the trial, was represented by attorney Ronald Gonzalez. This marks his first conviction of this kind. Sentencing took place before a San Pedro magistrate who expressed doubt regarding one of the charges, resulting in the acquittal on that count. Businessman Aaron Wilson says the government of Belize has agreed to settle his case before it reached trial in the High Court. Wilson couldn't reveal the compensation but told us the fight was never about money. He claims his claims stemmed from a March 8, 2024 incident at the Ladyville police station, where PC Shanika Hoare accused him of being boisterous. Wilson maintains he was simply asking about his employee's status when he was detained for more than 22 hours and later charged despite there being no evidence and no complaint ever filed in court. He never had to answer to the charge. Wilson's attorney argued the officer acted unlawfully, causing him embarrassment, financial loss, and even a civil lawsuit linked to obligations he couldn't meet while detained. Outside the courtroom, Wilson said he's relieved the ordeal is finally over. After nearly 2 years of back and forth, he says he can now focus on rebuilding his business and moving on with his life. Belize City homeowners are getting ready for something they haven't seen in more than a decade: a property tax increase. After 13 years without an adjustment, City Hall has announced an 18% hike for 2026. Mayor Bernard Wagner says the change was inevitable. The city has been relying on a 2013 valuation model that no longer reflects today's market or the rising cost of keeping municipal services running. And under the Town Property Evaluation Act, the council is legally required to update those valuations every 5 years. Now, that 18% jump might sound alarming, but the mayor says most homeowners won't feel the full brunt. With an incentive discount factored in, many residents could see only a slight bump in what they pay each year.
What that does for the city, it gives the municipality a true picture, a snapshot
of the total value of all the properties in our city. So our valuation manager would reassess based on market pricing, based on other variables, and thereafter recommend the sort of assessment rate, right? The new assessment rate for developed properties or undeveloped properties. Mind you that we didn't do this exercise since 2013. The last mayor to do it was Mayor Darrell Bradley, and he had all the right to do it. It's a law, and he did it. And in 2017, going into 2018, he had conducted another exercise that would have taken the new assessment rate to 38%. But I came into office in 2018, and I was not really clear on the rationale behind it, and so we sort of defer it, because we said we wanted to look at the rate, how he came about with it, and so we said we would have implemented it in 2019, going into 2020. But it so happens that COVID came, and so I could not justify in 2020 that I can raise property taxes rate when we are in the midst of a pandemic. Now, if you are an astute person, you would say, well, the council is doing a 15% discount in January. Why not take advantage of that?
After the break, PG unveils new cultural landmark celebrating Toledo's living heritage. Up next, UNDP kick off massive reforestation effort.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
That's me. My data don't, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
In the heart of the Kaya district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, The biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
There are new developments tonight following Monday's report on the death of newborn Dariel Harris at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. Another mother has since contacted News 5 alleging blood shortages and multiple neonatal deaths linked to sepsis inside the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. She alleges that the blood donated for her baby, who later passed away, was not made available to other critically ill infants in the NICU. News 5 has not independently verified this allegation. In a press release issued over the weekend in response to an online article about blood and platelet shortages at the KHMH, the Ministry of Health and Wellness denied that any shortage of blood or platelets contributed to the death of another newborn, Jenny Pinelo's baby. The ministry says that between January 15th and 22nd, 76 units of platelets were supplied to KHMH upon request, and that all requests for blood products were honored immediately. The ministry further states that there is no national shortage of blood or blood products and that public hospitals, including KHMH, maintain sufficient stock at all times. We reached out to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital regarding the latest allegations, but up to news time, no response was provided. Belize is going big on going green. The government of Belize has teamed up with the United Nations Development Program for an ambitious push toward a more climate-resilient future, planting 1 million trees across the country. That effort officially got underway on Monday, with Prime Minister John Bersenio planting the very first tree. This phase of the Belize Greening Initiative zeroes in on reforestation, environmental restoration, and getting communities involved as the country continues to face the pressures of climate change and rapid development. The goal is to protect biodiversity while creating cleaner, greener public spaces nationwide. Acting Chief Forest Officer John Pinello and Minister of Sustainable Development Orlando Habet explained how this massive effort is expected to make a real impact.
Belize forests are vital for climate mitigation, biodiversity, and rural livelihoods. Our forest cover is declining, especially after the fire season. The Green Belize activities align with, as Minister said, the Belize National Landscape Restoration Strategy, or NDCs, the Bond Challenge, and a number of other commitments that we have regionally, nationally, and internationally. So the key objectives: plant at least 1 million trees in wildfire-affected and degraded areas by 2035. Without community awareness and engagement, we cannot do this successfully. The Forest Department guides it, but we can't plant 1 million trees by ourselves. We need everybody to participate.
Our forests, mangroves, rivers, and farms
are not just features of our landscape, they are part of who we are as a people. They protect us from storms, feed our families, support livelihoods, and anchor our resilience in a changing climate. But we also know this truth. What we do not protect, we will eventually lose. That is why today, on behalf of the government of Belize, I am proud to officially launch the Greening Belize Initiative, a national effort and long-term program of the government of Belize aimed at restoring landscapes, strengthening climate resilience, and supporting sustainable development across the country.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, while Chang confronts crowd, unions stand firm. Tiffany Mendez commented, "Thank you all for protesting. Not much of us are willing to stand up like this." On the topic, BTL accuses protesters of trespassing, intimidation. Kenroy Young shared, "How can they be trespassing on land and property that belongs to the Belizean people?" Lastly, on Mayor Wagner explains 18% property tax increase, Olive Hampton stated, "Could you have done yearly for a few years rather than such a big increase all at once?" Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.